Hey guys, so much going on today. Finishing up this long day, right? So, anyway, wow, I I'm sitting here just analyzing the whole day, and I'm so thankful for everything that's happened recently. And let me tell you why. For those people that have committed suicide over cyberbullying. I feel like, remember, I've been talking about, having some sort of org or writing a book about this. I mean, those of you who watched the years of who have been watching, because it's still going on as we speak. I mean, not that I really care about it anymore, but for those of you who watched this, probably one of the most disgusting cyber attacks ever in history. Really, I mean, really, if we put it in perspective, other than like President Trump or someone like that, who the hell has gotten as attacked on social media as I have? Which, I mean, most of them are a bunch of losers. I mean, who do we have? Tamales. I mean, we know that Tamales only did it because, as someone said today, de recompensa quiere que el blue se la coja. But anyway, Tamales is obsessed with, or was, or whatever. I don't know. I hope she's not anymore. Obsessed with this drug trafficker, right? So we know what her motive was. It's really sad that women sometimes will risk everything for a man, and it's especially really sad when her pathetic husband is right next to her, but obviously, it's pretty obvious that he's not fulfilling her in any way, and then you've got a cucaracho, sweet talker, and especially because Tamales has that big complex about thinking that she's Mexican, but she's not really Mexican. It's sad because she's not really Mexican. She's not really American. She's not really anything. I mean, I guess she's at least a better communicator than a lot of Mexican Americans, but she's still not, in her mind, she's not really American. She thinks she's Mexican. She's not, though. I mean, she tried coming out to Mexico and people laughed at her. You guys saw that. And she has a big complex with her roots and with her, where she's from and her raíces, but the bottom line is that she doesn't fit in Mexico. She's not a Mexican. I mean, she calls herself a Mexican, but she's not. She's like the India Maria, and so we know what her motive was. But how long did they do this for? For those of you who watched, how many months? Almost 2 years, right? And for so many people watching, that's why most of it I didn't even. I mean, I went back and I saw some of the things that they said, and people would send me stuff, some of the highlights or whatever, and I do have a lot of the clips or whatever. But I never sat there and really watched one of their whole shows. Obviously, we have every single one of them saved, obviously, dated, saved, whatever. But I can't tell you that I watched one of their shit shows from beginning to end. But remember how fun it was for them. Do you remember? Remember how funny, how fun it was for them to bring on these fake witnesses, such as Mary, crazy Mary, in her frustration because, she's just simply delusional. Who the hell would want someone like me? I mean, this is how deranged she is. Regardless of the circumstances at the time when she met me, I mean, she must have known. I mean, yeah, I know I'm full of energy and I'm pretty, pretty attractive when it comes to someone to have around, but like, did she not realize my potential? That she, like, really, you wanted me to do what the state pays you to do? Like, yeah. Oh, and then she asked me to move to some shithole somewhere where she was buying a house. And when she even, in the beginning, I thought it was like near Palm Springs or one of those places, or I don't know. And I was like, what the hell would I do there? Like it's funny because these people they don't really have a vision, and and I try explaining it to some of them, such as Legal Latino. I told them, I said, things are weird, everything. And I tried explaining him why. He thought it was a joke, or he thought it was crazy or delusional or whatever. And I think the facts sort of started speaking for themselves. That's why he can't forgive himself. And that's why he keeps making all these videos that, I get the screenshots sometimes. And I mean, at least with the cucaracho, I still click on some of the stuff or whatever, like the video that he made yesterday or whatever. But with this Latino, I won't even click on it. It's so lame. It's so delusional. He's such a clown. I think he just feels so foolish, I told him, I told him a few years ago, now 4 years ago, I think, maybe 5, that, things were strange. I said, this is what's going on and whatever else. But again, people don't have enough faith. They're not informed enough. And because he doesn't have enough faith and he's not informed enough, he's an absolute loser, and it shows. Somebody asked me today, one of my best friends asked me today, hey, is that loser still making videos about you? I said, yeah, I got a couple screenshots. He's like, oh my God, he's such a clown. Like, the guy is such a clown. And then he mentioned something about his sunglasses, which I don't pay attention to all of that. But one of my friends did mention something about his glasses and how lame they are or something. And then he compared him to some movie character or some show. Honestly, I don't know. But again, even though they're a bunch of clowns, their criminal intent was there. Their criminal intent was to really truly cause some major damage to me. I mean, just because I'm strongest, and I'm just gonna put a little F. I'm just gonna draw a little F, just because. But imagine the damage they could cause to someone, to any normal person. I'm not normal. I don't know. God made me different, But can you imagine any person, any single person getting so personally attacked? And I'm not talking about, once you get bigger, because once you get bigger, these little attacks don't even matter, but at the time it was very personal, and this deported drug trafficker produced the whole thing. He was the, as I told you guys, the main person behind it. He was the producer of all of it, he was the head of all of it. And anyway, sorry, I just got a message. But anyway, his intent was to destroy me. I told you guys as it was happening, I'm not going to really pay much attention to it because thankfully, before they started attacking me, I had all these court cases. Again, it's just the way things have worked out. Thankfully, I had all these court cases from all these fools that have now gotten nowhere. One of my friends called me today to say one of these crazies is back. I don't even care. She's like, hey, one of these crazies that was gone, I feel she's back. And I'm like, I really do not care if she's back. She's not going to bother me. I mean, I'm not going to worry about her or whatever. If she is back, I'm not going to worry about her. But anyway, thankfully I had all these court cases. And because I had all these court cases, I decided that I wanted to go to law school. And in order to go to law school, I needed to get a degree in either criminal justice or political science or one of these, social sciences. And I was busy, and I got really busy with that. And I really took a lot of interest to it. So because I did that, because every time I go to school, I really, if I do decide to go to school, I will take a lot of interest in it, whatever it may be, you know? So thankfully I took a lot of interest in it, and I was really busy, you know, and I wasn't just like I was trying to avoid it. No, I was actually legitimately busy, you know, and didn't even really have a lot of time. I had finals, I had this, I had, you know, quizzes every week or whatever. And so, because of that, I honestly didn't get to see a lot of the content, even though, you know, I remember every time, every week, or and every whatever, anytime they made a show, um, I remember, just, you know, waiting, like, people were like, oh my God, Paloma, they're at it again, they're at it again. And it was this piece of crap, and his terrorism. He's a terrorist. He will stop at nothing. He's dangerous, and I know that. And of course, he's not dangerous in the middle of the street, because at the same time he's dangerous, he's also a coward, right? But he will do anything. I've been telling you guys this, you know, and I do have to be careful with him, because I'm aware of how dangerous this guy is. Who knows what kind of tricks he learned in court? In prison? Who knows what he's done in his life? I mean, we just know some of it. We just know what he got caught with. Who knows if he's killed people in the past when he was young? Who knows who he's hung out with? You know, I mean, there's a video out there where he goes, you know what's up, you know what's up. And then I'm like, yeah, I mean, do I really? Yeah, I think I do. And that was his threat. That was his threat of letting me know he's dangerous. Now, obviously in America, I mean, what were we gonna do? Sue? Piss poor tamales, really? Spend $10,000-$15,000 suing this absolute broke, old woman, tamales? No, we weren't gonna do that, right? So criminally, she can try to get away with saying that it's freedom of speech, whatever. I mean, now not so much, but back then, I'm saying back then. And so it's funny because, as I've always told you guys, life is very, very unpredictable. And it's funny that because I confronted this guy, he's now getting the media involved because he's so hurt. He's so humiliated. He's so belittled that it came back to find him. Whether I told you guys this, I told you this 2 years ago, whether it takes 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. Remember me telling you this? Now this came back to find him. So he's so humiliated because, that day he was probably like, oh, I don't care. Oh, no big deal. But as he went back and he started realizing what had just happened, which is, first of all, if you guys remember, he said, I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were going to do this. Why? Because his witches told him so? Why? Because he relies on that. So his witches told him that I was going to do that. And then what did he try to do? He tried to stop me with the witches, and that didn't work out. And so that day, he actually walked by me and challenged me, I mean, we know what it's like. We know how to challenge someone, right? And he did, he walked right by me with energy and to let me know that he was there, because he didn't consider me capable of confronting him, I mean, he was confronted by a woman for calling me, I have the footage where you claim that some pimp bought me a car when I was 22 years old. Why would a pimp buy me a car? I've been working since I was very, very young. I'm not a drug trafficker like you are. I'm actually a very hardworking person, always have been. Very proud of having gotten a car at such a young age in Europe, a beautiful car that, it was a luxury, beautiful, beautiful car. That was, I believe, about $50,000, but you accused me of being a prostitute and getting some pimp to buy it for me without any basis, without any evidence, without anything. I mean, we're talking about what, like, how many years ago? You claimed that I was a prostitute. Why? Like, what would make you say something like that? Just your criminal harassment, and again, I say you, even though Tamales is the one that said it, but we all know you're the producer of the show. I mean, I have a lot of screenshots where you're paying her live on a super chat as she's attacking me. You're paying her with your account and congratulating her and thanking her. And we know that not only that, but you guys are best friends. And then she had you on her show, and she's the one that introduced, and you're the one that introduced her to everybody else. We have videos of you back from March of 2019, I believe February of 2019, and with the dog and all that, all that BS that, you guys are pair of criminals. I can see why you get along. I can see, like, she's infatuated. She was infatuated with this Mexican wannabe macho, but you're not even a macho. You're a clown, And then you got her a few months later to come out and attack me, constantly terrorize me, and ultimately try to destroy my life. And then you get confronted about it, and you cry. This is not going to work out well for you. And I'll tell you, you wanted to make this public. I don't really care what the online tapachula press says about me, even though it is causing damages to my campaign. So, we know you get a lot of money from American citizens. And because you're putting this information out there, because the Mexican press doesn't really have a reason to say I don't have an animal shelter, because I do. And my animal shelter is very real. Just because you're pissed off that you don't know the location, it doesn't mean that I don't go live from it every other day or once a week or twice a week. You're making stuff up. Especially because I have because of my nonprofit that I'm now forming, my animal charity that I'm now forming, you're causing major, major, major damages to my reputation. I call you a deported drug trafficker because you are one. I say you sleep with women at hotels because I have the receipts and the audios and the sexting messages and the messages where you tell them where you're going to meet them and how much they're going to pay you. I mean, I have the receipts. So that's not defamation. It's the truth. And you scam American patriots, women, for money. I mean, there's plenty of witnesses. Ruthie is one of them. And so many more, Barbara, Gigi, Ruthie. I mean, I think 4 would be enough to get sort of a sample of everything you've done. I'm not a human trafficker. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not an arsonist. I'm not a homewrecker. I didn't have anything to do with that disgusting guy in the East Coast. And his charges against me have been dismissed. And I didn't share anybody's revenge. I didn't share revenge porn, and the charges have been withdrawn by the petitioner. And I didn't burn any house down. You don't have any proof of that. And there's so much, it's endless, and you have no way of proving this. But forget about all that, because you're going to try to blame it all on Tamales, and she will try to take the blame for you or whatever. But what you just did in Tapachula and saying that I don't have an animal shelter, that's pretty damaging. That's probably going to cost me at least, I don't know, maybe losses of like 3, 4, 5 million pesos, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Thankfully, but what I'm saying about all of this is this is so great, because here's a guy that hid behind a woman, under the skirt of a woman, as we say in Mexico, bajo las faldas de la gorda de la tamales, right? Under the skirt of this bad looking woman, right? And he thought he was going to get away with it for the rest of his life. So one day, I have the balls to go out to Tapachula, and I see him because he provokes me, and I confront him, and I say, why did you call me a prostitute? Why did you say you paid for my meals? Because you never paid for any meal of mine. In fact, you stole a tip from the well, I mean, it was under a hotel, but under the at the restaurant of the hotel where we were eating. And oh no, I'm sorry, that was the wrong time. At the taconazo, you stole the tips. I saw you stole a 200 peso tip. And I have witnesses. So, but whatever, that's not the point. the point is that that finally, because I confronted you, you are walking right into the drama. I mean, you should have just taken it like a man, ignored it, walked away, and gotten it over with. That's it, you know? Or said, you know what, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you, and gotten over with. You know, I mean, which is quite what you try to do. But you're so short fused. You're such a criminal. You're so afraid of who you are, that you can't confront your problems. Why did you call me a prostitute? You don't have any evidence of me being a prostitute because I'm not one. You don't have any evidence of me, of anything you've said. um they went into my movie channel, because I have a movie channel where I burn down houses, where we talk about drug dealers and attorneys, and where I play a nurse. Guys, I'm not a nurse, just so you know. I do have all kinds of clips, dressed up as a nurse. I'm not a guardian angel either. I know sometimes I act like one. Just kidding. But I'm not a guardian angel either. And on my movie channels, I play an attorney, I play a spy, I play an attorney who burns down a house, I play a guardian angel, I play a nurse. What else? I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. One of them, I'm dressed up as an Afghan at some, movie, some Hollywood movie, and I'm not an Afghan, I swear. I'm not a doctor either. I'm not a nurse. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a drug trafficker. Remember the movie, where I played an illegal crossing the border? I'm not an illegal either, okay? That was a movie, guys. But anyway, remember what they did with the movie? Because I played in a movie. I'm not a leftist plant either. I then hop over a fence to get into the White House. I mean, just again, if we went back, oh my God, I didn't go to Vegas with any pimp. I didn't ruin anybody's marriage. I mean, now the guy has all these charges on him, and he's actually gotten lucky because so far he's only been fighting another person off in the East Coast. But if I actually took action, like if I hired an attorney for everything that he's done, the guy would be in jail. I mean, he committed major perjury. And the cool thing is that he took it to a level where he can't take it back, which is why, peace and withdrawals were so basic in the other case, because it's like, okay, let's end this now before it gets any further, but see, he already took it to another level, so he can't end it. It's already there forever. So anyway, any $5,000 attorney would put that guy in jail for what he's done. So anyway, stay tuned. But anyway, and that's your buddy. And I have you on tape saying that's your buddy and speaking out his name. So this is just not going well for you guys, because technically in America, you were going to get away with it. But what's going to happen in Mexico? Because I told you last year, take down those videos, tell the truth, and apologize. That's what honorable people do. I know you're not one, but wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be better to say, you know what? We produced all of this. We were wrong for doing it, and it was a lie, because it was, and you know it. Or otherwise, provide the evidence if it wasn't a lie. Provide the evidence. I want to see the evidence. I want to see the ample evidence of me having ties with human traffickers and terrorists or whatever. Provide the evidence of me being a prostitute. Just provide the evidence of something. I want to see me burning down a house in Colorado. I want to see the evidence of me wrecking up or home wrecking somebody's marriage. I want to see the evidence, and you don't have any. I want to see the evidence of me abusing animals, and for you to state to a newspaper, because you're so jealous that I'm doing work with the animals in Tapachula. I mean, it's driving you freaking insane that now you're trying to slander me in Tapachula and claim that I don't have a shelter. But then what's going to happen when these reporters get a hold of the videos of my shelter? What the hell are you going to do? This is not the Tamales show. Those people, like I said this morning, these people are established. These people are incorporated, oh, not incorporated, but you know what I mean. They're companies in Mexico. They have liability, and they have to follow laws. They I know that again, Tamales doesn't have a pot to piss in, so that's what you guys basically based your whole confidence thing on. But you really think these people that now you're using and abusing, really, that's what you're doing with them, are gonna go along with your bullshit stories? They're not. They're not gonna do that, why do you think a lot of the mainstream media doesn't pay attention to you? I mean, they have enough material, but where's the evidence to all the bullshit that you say? You don't have any. um you've tried accusing me of all kinds of things, and why aren't more people doing something with it? Why? Because they know it's not true. Well, I mean, this is great that you did this now, because setting precedent is always a great thing. The people at these publications are really nice people, and you may be able to manipulate one or two or the other because you give them money, but you're not going to be able to manipulate a company. You're not going to be able to manipulate their bosses, their educated bosses. You're not going to be able to do that. I can guarantee you're not going to be able to do that, because once I mean, they're going to take it back. But once, say they didn't take it back, imagine me presenting this at a court, right? And me saying, this article says I don't have a dog shelter, right? And then I present the evidence, the pictures, the videos, the dogs. What are you going to do? Like, at a court, what exactly are you going to do? You're going to you're gonna bring in Leone to testify for you, or use the Leone page or something, like some of these idiots, like you used to do on the show, on the Tamales shit show. Is that what you're gonna do? Again, these are the authorities in Mexico that we're now dealing with. See, you just took it to see. You could have just said, "Oh, she assaulted me verbally." Okay, and then she said she was gonna have 7 to 10 men confront me. Okay, nobody said that anybody was gonna beat you up. I didn't assault you. I confronted you about why you called me a prostitute. Um, you've committed a crime against me based on on me being a woman, which is a big thing in Mexico. You've been telling Alejandra that you slept with me. You're disgusting. I have so many posts where this woman claims that you dumped me, that you wanted nothing to do with me, and that's the reason why I attack you. um, are you going to be able to hold that up in a court? Because that never happened. I'm not attracted to people like you. You're disgusting. You're greasy, short, ugly, and disgusting. You really are. And I never had anything to do with you. I was never alone with you. You picked me up from an airport one time, and I don't know why. Well, I was close to Valentine's, but you brought me chocolates and all this stuff, and I was like, what in the world? Thank God the video was live and it was rolling or whatever. But I never had anything to do with you. But yet I have probably about 10 or more posts from Alejandra saying, because you fooled her, and you told her that you had some sort of you know, I don't know, intimate relationship with me, which is disgusting, really. And totally false. So are you going to be able to hold that up in a court? Because it never happened. So what's going to happen when a judge questions you about this supposed relationship that didn't happen? Are you going to lie? Or are you gonna put it out there? Because we need it for the record. I never had anything to do with some disgusting drug trafficker. Now, what are you gonna do when they question the whole dog thing? What do you think, that's gonna give you my address? Really? Really? Is that what you're trying to do? You're pathetic. You know, I'll uh I'll move it temporarily to a house for a week, show it to them, and then move back to my shelter. You're not gonna find out where it is, and I mean, I'm certainly not gonna give you the address to where my dogs are. I mean, I know you're desperate. I know you are, and I know that in your stupid mind you're gonna be big, famous, and whatever else. That's not gonna happen because you're not trained for that. You don't have the potential to be big and famous and rich and all of that. You would have had to uh, go to school, learn how to talk, learn how to communicate, really train, and then gone out there. You're an idiot. You sound like a freaking um, sports commentator while talking about politics and caravans, and it's really embarrassing. You're you're just it's just bad all the way around, So, but anyway, but see what you did now. Like now, I have the chance to expose all this with the national, with the not national, but far from being the national, but with the local media there. I mean, again, nobody's gonna care, especially because it's online publications. This stuff didn't even make the regular newspaper. It was online. It has 0 likes on freaking Twitter, has 0 shares, has 0 comments. I mean, it's really pathetic. The radio, it's the online radio. The only one that's listening, and it's in Spanish, is your audience, and your audience doesn't even speak Spanish. But yet I still have the right to refute it. I still have my legal press right to give them my version, and in my version, obviously, I'm going to include that you're a drug trafficker who claims I slept with him, which is false, and which is a very grave accusation, especially if it's false. It's a form of sexual harassment, and I have all the posts. I've saved every single one. And so, but anyway, you notice how it just went from nothing being able to be done about it in America to, again, what he should have done is he should have just, he should have just took it like a man and said whatever and walked away, right? Oh, no. He wanted to involve other people because since he can't ever fight his fights alone, he wanted to involve Carlos is his name, or Juan or Carlos. I don't know, Carlos or Juan, I don't know. But him, and then this one, and then that one. But then Carlos has a boss, an educated one, that is not going to fall for your bullshit, and again, we know that you're stupid and you don't know how to communicate with people, but we do. We do. And I have some of the best attorneys in Mexico too. And I'm not slandering you, and I didn't assault you, and I didn't threaten you. And when you go out there and you do what you do, you're confronting the caravans. So you're confronting people yourself. So I confronted you about you're not documenting, you're confronting them, because you work with Donald Trump advisors. So you're not just some random media guy. You have the number 45 tattooed on your shoulder. You're out there with Trump hats all over the internet. You're out there singing to Donald Trump all over the internet. You have an agenda. You're against the migrants. You're out there confronting them. You're out there fighting them. You're out there talking shit on them. You're not just a reporter. You're biased. So anyway, so good luck, saying that you're just a reporter, because you're not. First of all, you're not even a reporter. Second of all, you're not just a videographer. You're a videographer that gets paid. You're a wannabe videographer with a phone that you don't even have a camera. You have a phone that gets paid by Donald Trump supporters so much that you tattooed the number 45 on your arm, so much that you sing to him. I have the song. You remember how upset you were about that in Guadalajara. I have the Guadalajara video too. But anyway, I have all the videos. But anyway, this is so great, because now we get to deal with this at a court, and I get to expose him. I get to expose him here because, again, I have a legal right based on the press law here in Mexico to expose my side. And see, I won't say anything that is not true. I mean, I'll only say the truth. Deported drug trafficker for Donald Trump, or pretends to be for Donald Trump. So all these people in Tapachula, all these reporters that you fool, they're going to really know who you are. They're going to know that you live off American Trump supporters. And I mean, not that they really care, but you've been presenting yourself as some sort of neutral guy that just speaks English. Do those people know what a criminal you are? Do these people know that all the things that you do? They probably don't. So that's why we always have to be careful with telling the truth and telling lies, Yes, I do have a dog shelter. And no, I didn't threaten you. And no, I didn't assault you. I confronted you about why you called a woman a prostitute. And if you want, what we can do is we can start a movement against people like you, against abusers like you, that accuse women falsely of being prostitutes and of intimate relationships that never happened. So we'll see, because I know that men like you tend to do that kind of stuff a lot. And no, Oscar, I'm not a prostitute. You made it up. You and your criminal associate Tamales made it all up. But forget about that, because again, you're going to blame it on her. But you just made up that I don't have a dog shelter. How are you going to prove that? How are you going to back that up? That's really going to backfire on you, because see, since you don't have anything on me, all you can do is make stuff up. So anyway, and whatever you do, trust me, I will make sure it backfires on you. Everything that you do. We'll see how everything works out. And I know you're going crazy and you're probably digging through anything you can find, which is what you kind of did in the past, but it was a joke. And now you see it more serious because you see your business being destroyed in Tapachula. I told you, baja los videos, güey. Discúlpate, culero. Discúlpate. You were wrong. And whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay? Bye, guys.